Please give me a moment as I go live on Facebook. It'll be just 1 minute here. Hey, good afternoon everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having a nice weekend so far. This is Sami Abusad. I'm Director of Education at T3 Live. Welcome to our weekly videos of the Strategic Swing Trader. As always, thanks for tuning in. We'll be looking at the market and we'll also be going over some swing ideas for next week. It's been a while since I did one of these videos. It's been, I think, 2-3 weeks because I've been battling the flu. And in the week before that, I was in New York teaching the mentorship. So it's been I took a couple of weeks break from the videos, but I'm back. I'm almost 100%. You can still hear it in my voice, but almost back to normal. Before I start, just a quick disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. Also, be sure to please check out the links in the description. You will not be disappointed. The Strategic Swing Trader just went on sale. You can actually join me for the next 30 days for just $49. This is the best time of the year to be part of the Strategic Swing Trader, because right now I'm calling earnings plays. So you can actually participate in those if you'd like. For example, the pins was a big one yesterday, short for us. The QRVO was a big one, long for us yesterday. There are many others. I called 10 of them. 9 out of 10 worked. So FNKO was a nice short. I mean, you name it. CDNS or something like this. It wasn't CDNS. I forget the symbol. I can look, of course, at my account. It wasn't CDNS. We had, I think, 13% gainers or more. Like pins was 20 plus, right? QRVO was 18 or I don't know how much. So we had, I think, 4 or 5 that exceeded 13% yesterday, or 15%. So that's pretty amazing. And so if you'd like to participate in that, there's a link in the description where you can join me for the next 30 days for just $49. Sorry about the long introduction. Let's go ahead and get started. Market, all-time highs. Just bullish, right? Moving average started to curl. And now we broke out to new highs. We closed at new highs. Oftentimes after closing at new highs, the next day we get a red bar. Oftentimes, but I can't really make that prediction. I don't know for sure. Again, just oftentimes when we make new highs, the next day is a red bar, and then we probably continue higher. But nothing to suggest that we will. I don't usually go based on historical data or what happened previously. I go with what the chart is telling me. And the chart of the market, that's the QQQ, which is the tracking ETF for the Nasdaq 100. Here's the SPY. Also, it's just all out bullish. So the charts are all out bullish, so you just gotta be bullish, okay? All right. So with that said, let's look at the list for Monday. How about we start off with Amazon? Amazon has a monthly buy setup. So I like Amazon as a long-term trade. This is not a swing trade, it's a core trade. It's a long-term trade. The entry for this would be over 1800 with a stop at 1685. I know that's a huge stop. You could always use a tighter stop, but then you could also easily get shaken out. Like you could use this as a stop. And then with the entry being still over 1798, but let's just say over 1800. So Amazon monthly buy setup, long-term trade, not a short-term trade. Bro is a breakout, kind of a 1 2 3 4 breakout. So over the highs, stop under the lows. CM is a transition A. Triggered already yesterday. I didn't do it. I didn't love it. I still don't love it, but it is a transition A on the daily chart. EXPR is a buy setup. We did it as a long, as a swing trade that I called for the SST members for the newsletter right here. So, and we captured 100% of the move. Okay, it got to the target, basically to the prior high. Yeah, so now it's looking okay too. Let me check on Urban actually, because I also played Urban. Wow, Urban continued Urban's going to continue to the 20 MA on the monthly, probably up here. We played also Urban as a swing long the same day that I think EXPR triggered right here, and then it got to the target and even some more, because the target for this was the prior pivot high. But notice it continued, because Urban looks better on the larger time frames than EXPR. I apologize about the way I sound. I'm still, as I said, under the weather, but getting better by the day. So we'll be hopefully 100% by the end of next week. So again, EXPR is kind of a buy setup, looks okay. INFN is another breakout, just like Bro. I like INFN actually more. I like INFN more. Matt, it would be a long over the base right here. I have something better than Matt, but it's the same exact idea. It's the Nuva. Nuva was a swing play, an earnings play a couple days ago, not Friday, not yesterday, the day before. Moved up nicely, and now has a 1, 2, 3 and an hourly base breakout. So the entry for this would be over here, and then the stop is right here. Okay, now you might say, well, what are the numbers? Okay, let's check together. That's 71.20. That's 71.18. So just over 71.20. What's the stop? Under the red bar's low, which is, let's say, $70. It's actually 69.95. So that would be the entry and the stop. What's the target? That would be target 173. What's target 2? It'd be the prior pivot high on the monthly chart. $80 probably. Yeah, $80. See it? So that's how I do things. I look at charts, I look at support, resistance to locate my entries, stops, and targets. OLED is a 1, 2, 3 also. I was surprised when I saw that the OLED reported and I didn't play it, because to me this looked really good as an earnings play, but I didn't, for some reason I didn't play it. Must have not registered as a long in my brain for some reason. Otherwise I should have played it. It has a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart, the breakout on the hourly. Tiva appears to have bottomed. When stocks are in their bottoming phase, after being down a lot like the Tiva was, see how it had a declining 20? What happens is, for a long time, see it? What happens is the moving average starts to flatten out, right? And we can see it flattened out. And then starts to point up, and the same here on the weekly charts, flattening out. So Tiva appears to be bottoming. Target on Tiva is really $15. Okay, target on Tiva is $15. The best ones that you can say found that should be played long term are the ones that have a flat 20 or a slightly rising 20 on the monthly. We can see Tiva is not there yet. Has room to about here, $15. Warren Buffett is in the stock, but hasn't totally bottomed yet. Something that has a nice 20 MA that flattened out and started pointing up that we played was EC. Now that's an old play, but I just remember it still. See how the monthly was pointing up? So that was very, very nice. That's indication that the stock bottomed long term. Right, so Tiva on the monthly, not quite there yet. Now that doesn't mean it can't bounce from here to the resistance area, and that's 100% gain, maybe 75%. Does that make sense? So you could still play it, but is it yet safe to play it as a long-term hold? No, it's not. Last but not least on the bullish list is TJX. It's a daily buy setup. Long right here, stop right here. Looks beautiful, but the stop is a little bit big. Target being the prior pivot high. So it's not a very high reward to risk. Bearish list is actually better than the bullish list, but right now the market is bullish. CDNS, sell setup. So short would be under 64.90. DCP is a 1, 2, 3. So just under this bar's low. Better than the DCP, but looks the same. I want to show you the hourly chart. It's got a sell setup. Is the WWE 1, 2, 3 plus a sell setup on the hourly, and WWE, because it went up in a climactic fashion on the daily chart, on the monthly chart, it has no support. So if you look to the left here, there's no support. Looks lower to $40, maybe even. There's very little support there. The real support exists at 20. People think, oh, is it going to make it all the way back down to 20? Oh yeah. I've seen stocks drop from 100 to $1. And I don't mean like, oh, I've seen it happen before, like once or twice. All the time it happens. All the time, okay? So check this out, ENPH. Coming back down to earth. I played it swing long twice. Almost played it swing short as an earnings play. This day I was going to. Was a big green bar into earnings, into resistance. I mean, I was 100% sure it was going to gap down. But then it got sold before the close, and it lost that big green bar into resistance. So I didn't do it short. Of course it worked. And now actually it's on my list for tomorrow. For Monday, I like it short. I'm planning to do it as a 1, 2, 3 short on the daily chart. Looks lower and looks lower all the way down to here. Okay? To like $12 on ENPH. Into it is a sell setup. If you're into it, you can do it, but I'm not really into it. I'm kidding. I like it. I like it a lot, but the problem with it is you can see the stop is pretty big. It's $6. So that's the only issue, but it's a sell setup. MNRO is a sell setup also, with kind of a base breakdown on the hourly chart. Entry right here. I like to find my entries off the hourly chart. Stop up here. So whatever the highest high of this pivot is, that would be the stop. 1 or 2 or 3 cents above it. The lowest low under the base would be the entry. Okay? And last but not least is the Roku. Roku's had quite a recovery, but I like it short right here. Stop right here. How about that? And target the 20 MA. Maybe slightly more on Roku. I like it. I'm planning to do it too. The entry for this would be under 143.30 or something like this, right here. Stop just over this red bar's high, right here. Okay? So I like the Roku. I'm planning to do it. If you're in the strategic swing trader, you can log on to your account right now, your T3 Live account, and you will see which plays I personally picked, which plays I am personally going to be doing. Okay? I already updated the sheet. You'll get the email alert with the plays and everything on Monday morning. But if you want to do it right now, if you want to look right now and put your orders in the system already, like I did, then feel free. Your account is updated already. As I said, if you'd like to join me for earnings season, this is when I make the majority of my profits every quarter, is during earnings season, because I play the earnings, I predict earnings, which way they're going to gap, and I get in before they report. You can actually join me for just $49 a month. I mean, the first month, and then it goes to $95 after that per month. No contract, no commitment. It's dirt cheap. It's what it costs to eat out for one night for one person. So it's really, really inexpensive. But it's a special that T3 is doing right now for the SST newsletter. So feel free to take advantage of it, and I hope to see you there. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. If you liked this video and found benefit in it, please be sure to hit the like button. Thanks again. Until next time, this is Sami Absad with T3 Live. Good trading, everybody.